YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with my Super Bowl score prediction pick against the spread, and we'll take a look at my favorite anytime touchdown picks and some of the props that are standing out. We'll keep you updated leading up to the Super Bowl on our Twitter, so make sure you check that out. Off-season content starting to roll out, so join us for that. Like, subscribe to notifications on, almost at 100K. Appreciate your guys' support. So this is actually probably one of the tougher Super Bowls to pick that I can remember. I usually instantly have a pick. You know, last year right away I knew I was picking the Chiefs. Who was the year before? I knew I was picking the Rams. I was picking the Chiefs against the Bucks, and the Bucks beat them up, obviously. I picked the Chiefs last time these two teams played, but this time is a little tough. I don't want to overthink things. I've been picking the Niners since, later in the year, maybe mid-year, to win it, go my playoff bracket. I had the Niners, so I'm not one to really switch my pick, but it's been proven every single year, and it's really being proven during the playoffs this year, is that having an elite quarterback is key. It's very, very important, and when you have not only an elite quarterback but the best player in football in Patrick Mahomes, it's really tough to go against him. I know it's a back-and-forth battle against the Bills, but he gets the job done. And a credit to the defense. And that's the thing, too. The defense is really solid for the Chiefs. I'm like trying to figure out which defense is better. Instantly, you want to go Niners, but I'm like, wait a minute. The Chiefs' defense has been better. The Niners, how that defense has looked the last couple weeks makes me a little bit iffy. But at the same time, I don't want to base things off just that. What if the NFC is tougher? But you also look at those matchups. The Packers were almost like a new team, a surprising team. They didn't really know. You didn't know what they were going to throw at your defense. And the Lions are really tough because they're so balanced. Like, they're so deadly with the pass and with the run. Where the Niners are going against the Chiefs, yeah, you're playing Patrick Mahomes, but it actually is a little bit more simplified. You do focus on the pass a bit more, and they're going to live and die by that. Even though Pacheco and company, they can run the ball. So actually maybe it's a little easier for the 49ers. So I thought about that. Chiefs pass defense is top tier. That will be a factor against Brock Purdy. But their run defense is a little questionable. We saw that throughout the year and throughout the playoffs. The Ravens just did not run the football enough. The Niners have the best in football, Christian McCaffrey. He could just run wild. When I think of it that way, I want to go Niners. So it makes it super tough, but things have to play out properly. Like, the Niners cannot get down like they did and they didn't get down big against the Packers, but they still can't get down like that. They definitely can't get down like the Lions game, because they will lose, so it's going to be tough to run the ball and come back, and even though they'd be effective. So they have to. The start of this game is huge. I don't imagine a comeback. There's been a lot of comebacks, but I don't imagine one. And I guess the halftime show of the Super Bowl is so long that kind of plays a part in comebacks and losing momentum. But I just think whatever team starts better is going to win, and it could be McCaffrey and the Niners, and Debo could go crazy against them as well. I'm just going to, I don't want to overthink things. Part of me, again, thinks that McCaffrey could run crazy and they win that way, and maybe the job's a little easier for their defense, but tough to say that. But the difference in quarterback plays is going to be, and I love the Chiefs' pass defense right now. That, to me, is going to be the difference. Vegas has the Niners -2. It's been bouncing around from 1.5 and 2 since we knew the matchup. That's a little surprising. So what do they know? I know the Niners probably looked like a better team up until the last couple weeks. So which Chiefs show up, which Niners show up? It's right away. I know, like, second Super Bowl matchup was made. I'm picking that team. This year was different. This year was definitely different. So could go either way. Feeling Mahomes at the moment. I've been feeling the Niners. So I don't care who wins. I find myself rooting for the team that is kind of deserving within the game. So whoever's outplaying the other team, I'm like, yeah, that team probably should win. That's kind of how I go about things there. But surprised by the line on that one. So maybe Vegas knows something, but a lot of upsets have been happening, I suppose, recently, where the Chiefs were underdogs against the Bills and the Ravens. So here they are again, getting doubted. So Niners, again, can't start the way they've been starting. See what type of coverages they run. I'm curious about that on defense. The Niners, that is. Chiefs defense been so solid. But want to talk about my anytime touchdowns, and I do have two Niners. I picked the Chiefs, but I have Niners, guys. I'm a little more confident about scoring touchdowns. Because the Chiefs, I could see Pacheco scoring. I can see Rice. I can see Kelce. I guess the Niners have the same situation, but just with the matchup, there's nothing about the Niners matchup for the Chiefs that says, yes, this guy will for sure score. It will be this guy that the matchup favors. There's really nothing there. I think the Chiefs will overall play very solid. Anybody could score. For the Niners, again, run the football on the Chiefs. You have to run the football. McCaffrey is the touchdown machine of the NFL. Of course, you have to go with him at 1. And then Debo with his underneath ability, whether it's catching the ball or running the ball, and his after the catch ability or after the carry ability, especially against the Chiefs. So that would probably be the route you can take to beat them. So those two guys really stand out above the rest. So that is why I have Niners guys listed first. And the more I'm talking, like my gut's almost saying, could the Niners win this game? It's impossible to pick against Mahomes right now. But again, with the after, the catchability of these guys, and that actually could be the weakness of the Chiefs. They can find a weakness of this defense that they haven't really seen this year. So maybe, but I feel like Rashee Rice is going to score. I think so much of the focus will be on Kelce, and like by far the biggest other option is Rice or Pacheco. The Niners typically do a good job stopping a run, not so much against the Lions. I do think that's a totally different run game over there. So I know Kelce probably likely to score. Odds aren't that great. I like Rashee Rice to score, but because of the matchup, I listed the two Niners guys on top there. And then some lines, and I usually revisit this, and we'll talk about alternates and props on Twitter day before or the day of the Super Bowl. I like to do that, but instantly standing out, I think Mahomes throws more than, I think he throws 2 or more touchdown passes. I think Rice can catch one. I think Kelce can catch one. And then other Chiefs, I have a Mahomes when I think he'll scramble more than 4.5 times, so 5 or 6 or 7 times, possibly 7 be pretty high. But Noah Gray's receptions at 1.5. He's getting a decent amount of targets. I think he should get 2 or 3 catches. I thought MVS's reception is right around there too. He's usually good for a catch or 2 as well. So those are tricky. But Gray's been getting some targets. And then Debo, I think they're going to be a lot of, you can't really throw the ball downfield against the Chiefs. You got to run the ball. You got to play underneath. You got to go fast. You got to try to out-physical them. And so I think Debo is going to be a big part of the offense. So I think he can get 5, 6, 7 catches. And then CMC's been getting, 6 or 7 catches a game. That's a tough one. He could finish with 4, but I think he gets just over that 4.5. So those are the ones that stood out. McCaffrey, I think it was 89.5. He should get over that, but what if they're playing from down and they can't run the ball enough? So that one was interesting to me. We'll look a little bit more. We always talk about these things on Twitter, been pretty accurate this year, and we'll focus on the alternate lines as well. I think, the McCaffrey 25-plus receiving should be good. He should run for 75-plus rushing. And we'll find more. For this, Mahomes alternate passing too. I think his actual line is like 260s. Should get over that, but if they're up and they kind of hit the brakes a little bit against the Ravens, if it's the same thing, that's where it's tough. But he should get over 225 for sure. So we'll see what the odds are at with that. Kelce receptions I wanted to do, but it's set at 7.5 right now. That's a lot. He's either going to get 6, 7, 8 catches, somewhere around there. So we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated on our Twitter, but that was a short one. That's it. It should be a good Super Bowl. I know there's a lot of things that are like not football related that people aren't looking forward to, but I mean, again, I've been picking Super Bowls for a long time, and this is probably one of the tougher ones. Like I start talking on one side and I'm like, yes, that team's going to win. I start talking about the other side. I'm like, that team's going to win. So it should be a lot of fun. So I'm actually getting excited here, about this weekend's game. Draft and free agency content rolling out already. More to come. Really excited. I love this time here. Really excited about that stuff. So join us. It's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.